Well, James, welcome to Salford City. What's your first impressions of the Peninsula Stadium?
Yeah, I'm really impressed. This is the first time that I've actually been here, and it's somewhere I'm looking forward to playing my football already.
Some supporters will have seen you already, I'm sure. Give us a little background into your playing style and what you feel you're going to be bringing to the table this season.
Hopefully experienced now at my age and the length of career I've had. But I still have a desire to play and win, so hopefully the supporters see that from me. And being out in Dublin with the squad last week, it's a really good group to be around, and there's a lot of young players that are here, so hopefully I can help them and bring them along as well.
Let's talk about that playing career, because there's plenty of highs there, isn't there? I mean, what's been your highlight to this point? Is it Wales in the semi-finals of the Euros, or scoring at Wembley? I mean, there's plenty to go at, isn't there?
Yeah, I think when I look back on the games I've played, and I think if you'd have told me that before I started my career, I'd have never believed you, and I'd have snapped your hands off there and then. There's a lot to choose from. I think the Euros as a whole for Wales was a huge highlight. To be involved in that was very, very special. But I think just to play for as long as I have and represent the clubs that I have done, and to have the career that I have, I find myself very fortunate and very proud that it's continuing.
Because that's the thing, isn't it? If you're a Salford City fan and you look at your playing record, it is very impressive, the experience you're going to be bringing to the table.
Thank you. Like I say, I think the career I've had, I'm very fortunate to have had, but I still have a desire to carry that on and take it further, and I hope the Salford fans will see that.
And there's a couple of connections with Salford along the way. Obviously, Alex Bruce, who you played alongside at Hull. You played alongside Cole Stockton, I think, probably last season. Yeah. But also, an interesting fact, while I was doing some research, your United career, senior career, started by being a substitute and coming on for one Gary Neville, I believe.
Yeah, that's true. My one appearance for United, it was a special moment, certainly for myself, and to have my parents in the crowd who have to give up so much as parents to take young people to all their activities that they do. And it's a moment I remember very well. I think Gary was captain at the time, and he passed me the armband, and I was running around with it in my hand in the pitch for about 2 minutes. As if it wasn't nerve-wracking enough, I had the armband in my hand. I was trying to get rid of it as quickly as I could.
Who did it go to? Do you remember?
I think John O'Shea, if I remember correctly. I just wanted to get it out of my hand as quickly as I possibly could.
Speaking of Salford, like you've already mentioned, you've been out to Ireland already and joined up with the team. But I'm imagining it's handy having the likes of Alex Bruce there as a coach, and Cole Stockton. I imagine there's a couple of other players you've come across over the years as well. So how good was it to go over there this past week?
Yeah, it was great. I think it always helps going into a club where you know a few faces already. I think it helps you settle in quicker than perhaps it would do on a normal occasion. I think the week as a whole was brilliant. It was tough. It was a tough week, but I think one that's important to have at this stage of the season to get yourself ready for the opening day.
Yeah, I catched up with a couple of players before they went out to Ireland, and a few of them were a bit nervous about how many times they're going to be running on the beach and that kind of thing. There was plenty of that going on. Carl, had you running a lot?
There was a lot of running involved. Probably more so than I can remember actually doing throughout my career. So it was certainly a shock, but it was an enjoyable one. It was nice to be around and the lads and the staff. And to get to know them and put the hard work in as well.
Let's talk about the season ahead then. You come to us from Barrow, and you made your League Two debut last season, and Barrow's defence was pretty good, but just missing out on the playoffs. I mean, what's your impression about League Two and how challenging it's going to be this time round?
It's a difficult league, but it was one I think I was impressed with last season, having played in it for the first time. I think a lot of teams will try and play football more than the league's perhaps given credit for. And yeah, it was an enjoyable season for myself. Probably the most enjoyable I've had for 4 or 5 years in football. So it's one I'm looking forward to again. The challenge of competing every week and hopefully getting this club to where it wants to be.
And that's going to be my question. Is that your hopes this year? I mean, what are your targets for the team and your own personal objectives?
Yeah, I think for myself, it's just to play and help the team as often as asked, and to enjoy my football at this stage of my career. But I think everyone's aware of the situation around this football club, and I think achieving promotion has got to be the main aim. Otherwise, there's no point coming, I don't think.
Was that one of the major pulls about coming here? The scale of the club, the ownership, and the setup here.
I think so. I think it's a big factor in many players' decisions to come and play here. I think when you go out onto the pitch on a weekend, you want it to mean something and have something riding on it, and I think that's what you'll find with this football club.
On the pitch, obviously we're into pre-season now. Got games against Bamber Bridge, FC United, Alty, Warrington, Everton and Preston North End. How much are you looking forward to those pre-season games, if and when you're selected in?
Yeah, I think once the pre-season games start to come around, it generally means that the running has stopped in training, so that's a bonus. But I think with any pre-season, there's new players coming, and it's a chance for everyone to settle in and try and take on the style of play that the manager and coaches want as quickly as possible to get a good start into the season. And
I mentioned, how tough League Two is going to be this season, but it starts with Port Vale and Bradford and Chesterfield. It is a tough start, but are you looking forward to those challenges?
Yes, certainly. Like I said, personally I want to enjoy my football as much as possible, but you also want to compete, and the games against the teams that are expected to challenge higher up in the table are always the most enjoyable ones to play.